It's about 7:30 here in Jackson Hole. Getting a look at the mountains here this morning. Pretty spectacular. Every time I go back to Jackson Hole, my soul is completely recharged. This is really where I started my writing career. This is where I learned about adventure. This is where I met some of my closest friends. Yeah, there was a time when I really thought I was going to live in Jackson, but in retrospect, I'm now just glad that I have this place in the world that I know when I go to, I'm able to be renewed. We are at 9,540 feet. Look what we just found. But this trip back to Jackson was going to be totally different than any other trip I'd taken here. It wasn't going to be about the hiking or the skiing. This trip was going to be all about this guy, the late great Doug Coombs. For 5 years I researched Doug's life, traveling around the world, seeing some of the runs he skied, meeting some of the people he met, and living in the mountain towns that he made his home. In doing that, I tried to piece together the life of arguably the greatest skier to ever live. Now I was coming back to Jackson with a book that I wrote about him, and I was here to share it with the community on Doug's 58th birthday.
He had an ability to instill this confidence in them that changed their lives. I mean, I know I don't have to tell people in this community, because if you walk down the street, you can find someone who will say, Doug Coombs changed my life. He gave me the best day of my life.
But instead of me just staying up on stage yammering on, I thought it'd be cool to bring up some of Doug's friends. I was lucky enough to have Frank Silva, Dave Miller, and Rick Hunt come up on stage, guys who've been skiing with Doug for years and years, and tell their own stories.
He had his own creativity, just like he had as far as skiing lines. He would always see something, and then he saw something different that no one else saw. Just that key.
But the person who stole the show was Jordan Vargas. Jordan's a skier of the Doug Coombs Foundation. I wrote about him in the epilogue of the book. Jordan came up and answered a few questions about his skiing career and told us where he wanted to go next.
Say I'm going to jump on a plane in 5 years. Where do you think you would go skiing?
I would say Alaska.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people in this room that would be able to show you a really good time in Alaska if you wanted to do it.
And of all the people that were at that event, all my old friends, the legendary skiers, the members of the community, owners of the resort, the people that took the show for me, the people that I'll always remember from that trip were the little kids in the Doug Coombs Foundation. Those are the kids who I could see myself in. I could see the excitement of when I was a kid and getting the opportunity to ski and where it led me, and I got to meet these kids who had the same optimism in their eyes. It was a real amazing thing and an amazing legacy to Doug Coombs. What do you gotta say?
I got more to say?
Yeah, what else you gotta say?
I don't know. Feeling good.
So far, your impressions of Jackson Hole are?
Unbelievable place.
Yeah, well, look at this view.
God's country.
It's God's country.
Like God guy.
Oh, I think I just had that wicked zoomed up on your face.
Okay.
Nice. I'm gonna put together a video